Best of 5 grand final. Unfortunately, we only had one semi-final because Romantic is not showing up here. So we had quite some time to wait for him. And then HawK got a pass. He's in the final. The first player under 30. And also the first player from the West, or the first non-Korean in the final as well. Lucifer versus HawK is up. And yeah, the pre-game chat, we show it right here. MTW exclamation mark, no money exclamation mark. Lucifer responds with another exclamation mark. So yeah, tiny little statement from both players to start this grand final. Of course, we start at 0. First player to 3 earns a big chunk of this $700 that is played out here today. Half for the first place, 200 for the runner-up. We have HawK in the upper right, in the blue, and with an Archmage and Lucifer. What's he doing? It's a death knight. Okay, no special strats so far.
It's a ghoul build though. So no Tet Fiends here. It's going to be heavy ghoul investment early on. And especially on AZ, this was played with Lich quite a bit recently with 120 showing how potent that is. Not just can be, but is against fast expansion. It's like a nightmare to face when you're fast expanding. However, this is HawK. And we know what HawK likes to play. HawK likes to play one base with fairly fast tier 3, triple hero, rifles, inner fire stuff. Now, kind of everyone should know that HawK plays this, because HawK has been playing this for at least half a year now, and has been able to defeat WFZ, take many maps off of Happy as well, and basically is a big challenge to any good undead. So Lucifer, does he know about this as well? From what it looks like right here, doesn't seem like that's the case, because ghouls late game against rifle inner fire are extremely bad. But maybe there's an interesting timing here that we haven't seen here.
Yeah, we've seen this a little bit from Ente earlier this year, where he used the ghouls to pressure an expansion. But as you said, one base HawK, there it doesn't go too well. Maybe he's diving into bases now that humans are not really walling off too much anymore. There should always be an opening. And maybe it goes that way. We have a nice inventory for the Archmage with a circlet and a mantle to start things. And Lucifer, I feel also that he's a very big fan of like lightning shield creeping on AZ in general.
I kind of failed that one though. And guess what? HawK is going to expand. Do my eyes deceive me?
What?
I absolutely did not think that was going to happen. And now this ghoul play actually can be really successful.
Yeah.
However, it's a little bit late. But might still be in time here for some good damage. DK needs one kill for the level up. Boom, there it gets. There it goes.
Last hit would be so sick. No, goes to HawK. Okay, one of mana stealing as well. Super good against the DK right now. Gets rid of one coil and a bit, but more workers are falling. It was only 6 originally, so this expansion might not be safe at all. Archmage trying to wiggle out of that surround, and oh, like it's just a matter of time, right, until he's surrounded. Not too much surface. Oh! Almost slipping through, but no, lots of water elementals, but instant TP. Not level 3 yet. This little troll is missing, and that hurts.
Yeah, AM positioning could have been a little bit better there, I guess, but almost can't blame HawK for this. Like, nobody does this anymore, trying to surround an AM. It's like a relic of the past. So the TP is gone now. That is a little bit scary, but the expansion is crept. Peasants are coming again, and expansion will be established. It will be delayed, of course, yes, but this opening also slows down everything on the undead side.
2.6 on the DK. Creeping, like, at the mercenary camp is still doable, which would be great. And finally, HawK is getting his level 3, but of course, got rid of that TP. Militia duration about to expire, and then it's time for the expo. But Lucifer is transitioning into Fiends. Might be a little late even, so he has to rely on his ghouls, and that looks pretty good still. No coil anymore, and no healing in general. So it's rather time for HawK to get some kills.
Yeah, once level 2 elementals are out on the field, they are extremely potent against ghouls, as displayed right there. Why did HawK so panicky go for that arcane right away? kind of surprising to me. With the amount of footies he has, plus water elementals, it seems like he should be looking pretty good defensively. But okay, what else do we have? For Lucifer, tier 2 is finishing. Graveyard will be coming up. Classic play here would be to rush tier 3 for a destroyer push.
Yeah. That would fit Lucifer's old schoolness as well. Going for a Lich and Fiend, so he's not rushing tier 3 immediately. And also no Slaughterhouse yet, so rather standard, I'd say. And HawK now is keeping the DK busy, keeping him away from level 3, has a bunch of footmen, and we got a bunch of new subs. Thank you, Zingus, surprise stream for me, awesome, glad you like it. Vicarious, I missed you, less than 3, we missed you guys as well. And Sasao with a 11-month resub and a €10 donation by Panorama. Hey guys, thank you so much for your great work. Stay how you are. I wish you all the very best for the future. Best greetings from Hustle. And by the way, thank you so much for the spoils of war copy. First time I've won something. Feels great. So one of our 7 Reforged key winners. Congrats, man. Apparently, you earned it for being a good fellow.
A great fellow. Thank you, Money2Black, for the 6 months. Great work in China, lads. Are the Hero XP charts going to be making a comeback in this stream or future streams?
Well, here you go. The hotkey isn't working at the moment, so I can't switch as often as I wanted to, but here you have your XP graph. Shop cancelled. Only 1 tower up, and it's only an Arcane. Good focusing so far. Nice Nova, but the Arcane... okay, now it's on the DK. Archmage, very low on mana, but level 4, meaning level 2 aura. And how much damage can still be done? I don't think he can interrupt, like, or kill the entire path line, going for the Archmage, Coil, and Nova. But no follow-up as the ghouls are busy with workers and footmen and slowly but steady dying.
Yeah, Water Elemental's still doing a good job here. AM, ooh, this is scary. But he should see that there's no mana for nukes anymore, even aiming for the 4 footmans around, but that didn't quite work out. A few peasants here died, but a lot of ghouls died as well. Yeah. AM with his level 4 is going to have plenty of mana. Needs to make sure, though, that he's protecting himself. Would like to see a Zeppelin coming in now. The shop was cancelled before, but is now coming in again with a power build. And the tower will be ready as well, but this is a lot of mining time delayed here.
Of course, this power build is quite expensive. Rebuilding workers expensive as well. Delays the tier 2, or did he start? Okay, he is almost finished with the tier 2. So at least he got that for him. Lucifer on the other side, almost at tier 3 as well. Statues are coming, so he can't keep up the pressure. There's also another Nova. Not willing to use it yet, and HawK got time for some towers. How is the main? Exposed. Now building towers there, and getting a Shredder. So slowly but steady, the human is getting there.
Argentum, thank you very much for the 14-month resub. Nikolaus stream, nice!
True. Nice. Today is Nikolaus, I didn't even notice.
Pegas San, thank you very much for the 13 months. Yeah, I didn't realize either. I don't think it really matters unless you're a child, because then you get candy. Other than that, this day doesn't really do anything.
Alright.
Tier 3 rush here by HawK, feeling no necessity to go for any kind of tier 2 units. No rifles, no Sanctum, I was about to say, but Sanctum is actually coming now, so keep Sanctum, and of course the Mountain King. If this was a normal Fiend build, and there was now 5 Fiends, maybe 6 Fiends, this would be a lot of pressure that Lucifer would be able to apply, but this is only 3 Fiends. This number of footies with Defend can hold on for a very long time against this number of Fiends, and here you see the big deficit of this build, of this ghoul opening. The transition into the stronger Fiend late-game army is just much harder to come by.
And how important was the level 4 on the Archmage for, like, so early? Provided him with so much more mana. And in the meantime, of course, more water elementals. Now we have the Mountain King, and that's always a great time to kill some Fiends. He still has good damage with the Footman, but Coil saves this one. Also Frost Armor, like that quick adjustment. And so the hammer doesn't kill.
Oh, Stormwall on the DK perhaps? Looking for
Not willing to spend his
here
mana.
still. HawK doesn't actually get any kills, but that's okay. He doesn't need kills. He only needs time for his tier 3 transition because Knights will be coming. And I thought Gyros as well, but we don't have a workshop yet. Perhaps a bit of an oversight here by HawK.
Yeah, need a blacksmith coming now. Lightning shield found for Lucifer. I'm not too sure if he got his destroyer upgrade already. Getting a little closer to... Okay, there we go. That's the answer. So we have Mana and Nova against quite some footmen and the spell against the Watermans. At the moment, HawK has nothing that's really effective.
This is the big timing. This might be the best chance for Lucifer to win this whole game. Trying to bait some mana on the footies. Yes, they're dying quickly, but at least the towers aren't getting sniped too easily. And it's only 2 guards at the expansion. That's pretty greedy. HawK comes back in again. Nice borrow there by Lucifer. Keeps the one fiend alive. HawK is buying more time for the next tower, but that one still is taking a long time actually to finish. DK hits level 4. Next tower is falling. Destroyers still all standing.
But no regen. This is just a matter of time until Lucifer has to get away here. So how much damage can he do until the destroyers are all very hurt? There's no Arcane Tower anymore, so no mana burn. That's the reason why he can dive into this. Reveal now against that fiend, but Lucifer using Burrow to the fullest, I would say. Now the Lich in trouble. Has an Invul Potion though, and the stun duration is not long enough. Destroyers reign supreme only now. Gyros, but only a single one. And it looks like Lucifer can take this out. All the footmen dying now, level 3 on the Lich. Almost enough mana for the next Nova. And we do have a statue now. Didn't see that.
Yeah, HawK's transition just seems to be a little bit too slow. If he had had 6 gyros by the time these destroyers came in, which could have been possible, this may have looked very differently. And yet, would have been defending the towers. But now the expansion completely bared open to here. To the DK, the harass of the Lich and everything else. Peasants dying really quickly. Can HawK assemble an army to reclaim his expansion? That's the question. He's gonna have to call a lot of militia from the main. But he still has some time before the town hall falls.
Yeah, but he's also super short on resources. Has 4 gyros. The paladin comes in and knights. 50 supply only. Lucifer, this might be a little greedy. Going for the mercenary camp. 50 supply for him as well. Almost 800 gold. But greedy for more experience. Gyros coming in. Web not used yet. He did research it. Okay, just backing off after doing so much damage. Coil is ready, but that was the last one.
That fiend should be falling with the holy light. Huh?
Okay, there we go. And it looked like a destruction from Lucifer against HawK, especially at the expo with all the corpses here. But he stabilized, right? He can break upkeep now. He has double income. He got the double workshop for fast gyro production. This looks good. He got orb, he got staff. Got the triple hero. All he needs is levels. And some more, like a little bit more time.
That's the #1 most important thing. Levels for the Pally and MK. When they hit level 3, everything changes. But Lucifer is also changing his objective. Acolyte number 6 is coming in, and we're gonna see a counter expansion. Lucifer does not want to go all in anymore against the Expo. And this needs to be scouted for, of course, with the flying machines, which I think HawK already knows. Supply-wise, we're very equal.
1-0 on the gyrocopters upgrades, 1-0 on the fiends as well, and backpack. But HawK is getting ready to pressure him into this bottom corner. Wow, big mana potion, by the way. Many coils, and he will need them because damage has arrived. With the Stormbolt, here's the first one. Gyrocopters, he's not webbing at all. I saw it. He researched it.
Oh, Pally hits level 2. That's the Divine Shield. There was no silence on the second hero, the third hero, excuse me. And that is a crucial level up here. Silence was on the MK instead, but fiends are dying very fast. This is always the downside of the destroyers. They're good for busting bases, but normally not so good for fighting anymore, especially when there's gyros around. HawK doesn't want to lose his paladin for free. Heal pot last second! Holy Nova hits him regardless, though. The paladin is gonna die. Staff was on cooldown. And with the level 2 hero falling, this seems to be the expansion coming up.
All right, nice game. Nice little back and forth that we have here. 10 supply lead for HawK, but the hero has fallen. Dark Ranger was added to the Undead. Level 4 on the Lich and super close to 5. Is there another timing for Lucifer to turn this around once again. We're going Abominations, another fight, but no Destroyers anymore. This makes the Water Elementals quite a bit stronger. Silence on this Archmage. Invo Potion transferred. There we go. Focus Fire on the DK, but at the moment no Stormbolt can be used, so the positioning is a little off. We have landmines, and they take like good damage. Like they do good damage against the statues, and it's easy to fight against them. Archmage falls as well. Lucifer. Oh, feels like HawK is giving this away a little bit. Retreat now. Expo established. There's still good mana regen on this Mountain King, thanks to the Sobi Mask. Statues are gone. Level 3. Bigger Stormbolt. And there's 2 of them. Tug of War continues.
With no Pally, with no AM, this is dangerous. The MK going so far forward. The next Coil Nova could kill him. That along with a couple of right clicks. But HawK wants to distract. The Gyros at the expansion, trying to take it out with the landmines. And this is hard now for Lucifer to deal with properly.
He used the big mana already, so that's the last bit in the absence of statues again. Silence on this Mountain King to prevent the Stormbolt for a little. Oh, miscoiled, I guess. Nuked the Knight instead of saving the Fiend.
Pally comes back, has 1 Holy Light to use at least, another one in a second, but that's the last bit of his mana. Without the AM here, it doesn't seem like there's enough juice in the mana department for these human heroes. The MK in trouble, so is the DK. Silence coming in, and the MK will fall.
What about the gold mine? It's at 150. The Lich and the Dark Ranger take out more of these, and Lucifer holds. Expo still up. Heroes still alive. Army, yeah, decimated, but can be rebuilt. Now reviving the Mountain King from the tavern. Interesting to see that.
These hero losses are turning out to be quite costly here for HawK. Threw him back significantly. Army is still looking good. Knights and Gyros, classic human combo against undead. Item is the Rune Bracers for Lucifer. Could also be great for him, especially considering that he doesn't have Death Pact. That big mana though, my goodness. Did that make a difference or what? Imagine if he doesn't have that item. This game could be looking very differently.
No Banshee House transition, just Fiends and Abominations. A little bit of repair to keep the Haunted safe against the upcoming harass. I don't know. Is this still working? What HawK is doing with the losses now? He kind of needs level 3 Paladin.
If he creeps the red camp, he gets level 5 AM, level 3 Pally.
Yeah, but will
why
Lucifer
is he
give him
so
the time?
impatient?
It's a big chance to get creep jack there though. And now they clash again, fighting for the red spot. Well, HawK, not really, right? He's just willing to fight.
Alright, in we go again. The A-bomb in front really isn't the best target to attack here for HawK. Took quite a bit of damage. The Knights are connecting with their swords somewhat against the Fiend, but Frost Armor is doing a good job as well. Who's got the better healing, DK or Pally? Looks to be the DK so far. One more Stormbolt coming in. AM did hit level 5. That's a big one. Lots of damage now from these Water Elementals, but Knights are falling very quickly. HawK is dropping heavily in supply.
Quite surprised to see that, man. How fast he can nuke these Knights. Crazy damage dealers, of course, against Fiends. We see some ghouls in the mix as well, but they won't do too much. Both first heroes again under pressure. There is an Invo Potion. Should be forced to use it. Oh, there's almost no nukes anymore. Soon we have another coil. Archmage has to stay in the back. Mountain King low. There's not unlimited Holy Light. Dark Ranger levels up as well. So far, Water Elementals are great, but for how much longer? Nuke has been split. That was the last coil. No shop here. And no statue. Okay, what? Okay, 2 statues here. But of course, only regen over time. No mana. That's an issue. Dark Ranger a little bit out of position. The Shredder is putting in some damage. And that's the level 3. Needs to be another Holy Light Invo Potion used by the Mountain King. Will he fall again? No, staffed out. Archmage on a silver platter now. Lucifer is just waiting for the next coil, but the Holy Light arrives earlier. And that is the second hero save.
HawK has to fall back though. No mana anymore. He can't fight anymore.
This is a pretty epic game for a game 1.
tanks coming in now.
Yeah.
That's a smart choice.
I was just waiting for it. Like, send them into the main, distract a little, force Lucifer back, not give him, like, the second red spot. He will probably get this one at the end, but just keep him busy. HawK is engaging, though. No Dark Ranger, no Silence, no Disable. HawK knows.
No Stormbolt either yet, though, as well, so very little chance here to look for a kill. Was really cool, HawK. We both were expecting the invul on the AM early when he was getting focused, but HawK patiently held on to it, was able to retain it, so now with the next invul from the shop has double invuls, and that makes a big difference. This means if you have invul on the Paladin, you can break out of silence with the invul to get that clutch Holy Light in at the right time. Surprised to see no clarities here on HawK. Even adding in sorceresses now. That's a really smart choice.
Yes.
Ideally, you would have liked to do that when there were still gyros, but the gyros are all gone now.
That opens up the path to destroyers again, and there's the first one. Seeing the absence of anti-air. There's pretty much no anti-air if he focuses these water elementals for a little bit. Sharp finishes. Big addition for Lucifer in this defense, but tanks are coming in. Might be able to take it out quickly. This time the Knights don't die that fast, and they get the connection to the Fiends.
Stormbolt's not being used yet, but yeah, these tanks are a big, big headache. How is Lucifer gonna deal with all of this? Level 5 Lich, that's big Novas now coming in. We have a couple of new gyros coming in perfectly in time to anticipate this destroyer as well. Big Nova towards the Knights, they're dropping low really quickly. Pally has barely any mana left. Level 4 MK, he's got tons of mana.
Yeah.
Aiming for more kills, these Fiends now getting shredded really quickly, and the tanks are making this so hard for Lucifer to deal with.
Not even an armor upgrade, but still so effective. The A-bombs are falling, the water elementals can't be dispelled. It looks like HawK is getting this now. It's a 30 supply lead, and the expansion is about to fall. He's with his back against the wall, can only rely on his heroes, but when the DK falls, there's a TP, but maybe with another stun, he's trying to run away or reposition, and it works. No focus fire on him, counter focus on this Mountain King. There must be a stab. It's on cooldown. Gotta be careful. There's also no Holy Light. The Mountain King falls all of a sudden, and the DK is still there. Now, of course, back into this game, or back into the fight, but he didn't expect the Holy Light. GG by Lucifer, and that's game number 1. If that series continues in this fashion, oh boy, we're in for a treat.
Wow, that was a cool game, man. That swung around so many times. Lucifer breaks the Expo, and that's normally where we expect the game to end, but suddenly there wasn't enough ground force left, there wasn't enough regen, the destroyers weren't that strong. HawK reclaims the expansion, so many hero kills all over the place. That was a cool one.
Absolutely.
That was, yeah, great game 1. Hopefully we keep on going this direction.
Yeah, I would love to see that as well. Of course, we don't know the vetoes at the moment, but this is Lucifer's choice now to equalize this. I wouldn't be too unhappy about a full-out best of 5 in that fashion.
Speaking of maps, though, AZ is like normally one of the tougher human maps. Easy to harass expansion, really easy to push. Not many creep camps to go for late game for triple hero. But HawK gets the victory here, and that might be a big one. Map 2, next map coming up. Last Refuge. Always gladly picked and seen by Undead. Many creep camps. Great to creep with destroyers as well. But HawK, we know him to have been comfortable on this map for a very long time himself.
Yeah. This could be a full-out, super long game. High-level heroes. Big heroes here with the items that you can find. Maybe even some hill expansions. It's gonna be cool. We have
maybe even some MK first plays.
But
we've been seeing that quite a bit lately. Not from HawK though. But yeah, HawK seems to be playing a different style once again. As we said at the beginning of game 1, he was almost exclusively for the last half year playing one base tier 3, but now has reincorporated expansion play into his arsenal as well. And I think that's always super scary to face when you know that your opponent can play tier 3 one base well and expansion well. That makes you adjusting to your opponent so much more difficult.
Yeah, really rough. We have a couple of new subs. Thank you, Matti Kuchen, for 30 months. Das Alien for 8 months. And Ben Fabo for 31 months. No problemo for Remo.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
Sitting there, laying back, casting a little. That is indeed no problem.
How about laying back? I'm on the edge of my seat here, Neo, with these two players in our final, providing us such amazing games. HawK continuing to show his strong performance here, winning map 1. In WGL, he managed to get top 8 for the first time ever, after so many times making it to China. Finally, he did get through the group stage and was one map away only from the top 4. And who knows where that could have led.
Well, probably to the same result that Romantic got.
We don't know. Okay?
We don't know. We will never know.
All speculation.
So, match number 2 between Lucifer and HawK. The two former MTW players meeting here in the second Clover Cup Grand Final. HawK in the blue, in the bottom left of Last Refuge, Lucifer in the upper right. Can he tie the series up, or will HawK run away with a 2-0?
So, Neo, I want to have a call right now from you. Okay. Is HawK going to play Expo again, or Tier 3 one base?
I think... hard to say.
I think if he had lost game 1, he would 100% play one
Play
base
one
right
base,
now.
yep.
But with the victory, question is he one of those never change a running system kind of guys, or is he
The
one of
curveball
those
guy.
curveball kind of guys?
Yeah. I think he's playing expansion again.
It makes sense. It is a good expansion map, but it's also actually a good one base map.
That makes it rough for Lucifer.
I'm gonna say one base.
You're gonna say one base, I say expansion. What's on the line?
Toonboy. Wait, what was our latest bet, by the way? I forgot about that.
That was the Hitman bet that no one lost.
Ah, yeah, right.
So we don't have to color our hairs. Huh?
Didn't we have another one, though?
Yeah, we had a bet about a Turmbräu, but I don't remember it either. I won that, though. So you owe me one of these very expensive pieces of German Braukunst.
If I win, you come to Carnival.
No way. No, you have to pay me so much money.
That's an extreme bet. No. If I lose, I will have to come to like Schlager Day or whatever it's called.
That's a loss for me as well, then. So
Yeah,
I have to I have to suffer through Schlager move and your
I'm not saying
visit.
that you have to go, just I have to go to the
Yeah,
Schlager.
yeah. And then you come back home and then it's on me again.
Ah, it would be a great time.
Schlager move is seriously the worst. So, close of attack for this Archmage, and it does feel like... well, maybe I could just go for the Shadow Priest and then expansion, as he's still busy with the Militia.
Tech! I called it!
Ah!
You better come to Carnival, bitch.
He will cancel it. He will cancel it.
Yeah. Yeah, this map is much better for one base tier 3 style because it's much more secure to creep with the MK. You have Lab, you have Merchant, and you have Merc Camp, all for your MK available. Whereas AZ is like the worst map in the pool for a second hero to reliably creep. So it makes a lot of sense, despite the victory with fast expansion. I hope HawK actually establishes himself as a guy who is able to play the better strat on the better map.
Yeah.
Because most humans, or rather most players in general, they have their preferred style and they play it. And they don't oftentimes take map into account.
Last hit opportunity for the coil, denying some experience, denying level 3. Good inventory for both players, actually. These watch awards will help Lucifer a bit to make sure that HawK's not expanding on early, mid, late tier 2. So he doesn't have to scout for it all the time.
A player's forces
But yeah, what to do now? Where is the point of attack for Lucifer against this one base?
Yeah, nowhere really. What you want to do is creep level 2 and then harass as much as you can and don't give AM level 3. Because with AM level 3, level 2 water elementals come and creeping becomes easier and you don't want that. It's kind of misleading. You would think that you want to get DK levels, but the trade-off isn't worth it. Because the trade-off for DK getting level 3 is AM getting level 3. And AM getting level 3 is easy creeping for the MK. And MK is the most important thing in this one-base tier 3 style. If MK gets level 3, quickly, you're in a good spot. If he doesn't get level 3 and you're forced to fight, you're in a horrible spot. It's all about the MK. DK will get level 3 sooner or later. Same will the AM. But, yeah, it's about the MK. It's about slowing him down. And then forcing a fight with the tier 3, with the Lich, before level 2 Stormbolt is available. So I think HawK's playing this a little bit too aggressively, perhaps. As long as he can creep, he should be satisfied with that. And maybe now he is falling back to do just this. Did he lose a footy already, by the way?
He was at least 3, right? Wasn't he at 4? 1 is in the base. Mountain King is coming again. Sanctum and rifles.
This is a great play by Lucifer. This snipe right here, if he gets it! Oh, that was so close.
But so couldn't he coil a lot earlier?
Yes.
And get the kill?
That was a slight misplay.
But gets 2 footmen, making creeping really hard for the Mountain King. Kind of lucky that this rifleman survives, or will it? Yeah, there's no coil anymore.
Yeah, 3 footies only into rifles, so that's a fairly greedy transition. Might also mean a fast tech. Sanctum is ready, priests are coming, MK is coming. DK did get level 2.
Really good vision for Lucifer here. With the sentry ward here and the sentry ward here. Covers pretty much everything.
But HawK's creeping continues away from the sentries in an unusual position. Gets level 3 AM and instantly runs away for the MK solo experience. That's also pretty cool. And one rifle being so hurt from the earlier gold mine creep means that could be an easy kill with the Coil Nova. Coil Nova instead though comes onto the creep camp, and the fact that the AM is just pew-pewing away on the DK is also, like, it's a subtle thing, but it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
This means if Lucifer wants to come in for some creep harass, this is going to make things very difficult against the MK.
And there's an end snare, and there's the Stormbolt, and there's no coil, there's no fiend anymore.
Yeah. DK HP is really, really important, whether you're facing a fast expansion, or probably even more important if you're going into 1 base versus 1 base. DK, what's his HP? Less than 300. That means you can't harass. That means MK is going to freely creep up now.
Tier 3 is pretty much head-to-head between the two. You can see it on the bottom right. Lich level low, DK level low. HawK having a great mid-game so far with the important levels, with important last hits, and another kill.
HawK's tech is faster
Yes,
than Lucifer's.
yes. That is quite unheard of.
Is that all because of a 3 footy transition?
I think so. It's pretty fast. We'll see. Got a nice devotion aura. Oh, did he get the kill? I'm not sure. Oh, again, this DK so low. He's blocking himself, losing more HP. If only there would be a Mountain King here. But he's creeping at the same time.
Dude, look at this AM. This is the most badass AM I've seen all year. He does not care one bit.
I mean, he's not really threatened, right? So now we get big level ups. Finally level 3.
HawK is outplaying him pretty hard so far. This is looking a lot like the series WFZ versus HawK at WGL.
Yeah, it was rough.
Where WFZ really did not know what power spikes to hit at all and how to prioritize harass. And retaining health on your DK. So important. Now he's kind of healthy again, okay. But now it's tier 3 already. Now the MK is basically level 3 already. Now it's kind of too late.
And Lucifer seems to be a little indecisive. We saw a Crypt Lord for a little in the Altar of Darkness, and then he cancels it again. Never really a good sign if a pro changes his mind mid-production.
And HawK is ramping up. He's going to have his own 3rd hero, which is obviously Paladin here in a moment. He gets the Orb of Fire, which is always a great addition against Undead. He's going to get the Staff soon, kind of. But he's still pretty broke, because of course this whole transition is pretty expensive. This human strategy is very strong when it gets to late game. Getting there, that is the biggest problem. But guess what? MK is level 3. HawK is at 50 supply. He's got his 3rd hero, he's got his Orb. And that all happened before he was forced into the first big fight. This is exactly what you want as human.
Destroyer upgrade is finishing now. But the number of rifles is already like okay. We do have inner fire in a second, helping a lot. Can of course be dispelled, but you have a limited number of dispels with only one. The coil gets it, the level up as well. Mountain King gets the item, which is a medallion. The paladin is in trouble. Inner fire helps for a little bit, but not for much longer. He tried to pass something. I think maybe the TP. Not too sure. Scroll the beast pop now. Can he chew through this? The Lich is in trouble. HawK trying to force the TP, but there's a health stone on him. Bash! Eats the stone.
Yeah, HawK is unfortunately really heavily falling apart right here. This was too greedy. This was too ambitious. This red camp is not working out. He needs to get this Lich kill here to recover. Otherwise, this game is almost certainly over. And he gets him as well.
Okay.
DK couldn't save him anymore. Hold on. Maybe this is going to swing around now. Silence against the MK, but HawK has lost so many units now. It's still looking pretty bad. However, MK has more mana. Fiend kills could be picked up now, perhaps.
But where's the follow-up? The Destroyer is controlling the Water Elementals. There's only one Rifleman, which doesn't even have inner fire. It's pretty much only the Stormbolt that has the damage. And we're also getting Abominations in the mix. We have a Dark Range in the mix. The Lich is back to provide the Orb. And there's no healing for Paladin. And this game, it's not like 2 base human. It's 1 base. He has to wait for the reinforcements.
Yeah, this was a little bit too greedy by HawK. Going for the red camp. He could have fallen back to the Merc, get up more upgrades, and no invul. Not a single invul. How can you play without an invul? That's not the way it's supposed to be. And as you can see, the lab was still available for creeping. The Mercam was still available for creeping. He could have gotten a staff. He could have waited for inner fire a little bit longer. Could have waited for more upgrades. HawK was feeling a little too sure of this game and, well, now has to pay the piper.
Disease Cloud coming as well, but more damage for HawK. Can he recover? Will Lucifer be too greedy to sit at 50 supply for too long? Paladin can creep now, as he said, at the lab and here at the Merc camp as well. Sending the Archmage away, but not the Mountain King. We do have a Wand of the Wind to disable some coils maybe, but Lucifer seems to have the timing down. Robe of the Magi, nice more mana, but has to retreat. No level 2.
Going for the DK once again, but yeah, the DPS of this army just isn't that great with all those rifles dying earlier. Oh, A-bomb could be a nice snipe. Yeah.
Oh,
well,
the coil though,
but that much.
Orb of Fire prevents the healing, and now we have level 2. Supply almost equal. HawK is catching up. Both at 400 gold.
HawK just took a beating earlier, of course, but he's got the perfect army now. This is the best army you can have against Undead, so it's not over yet.
The Abomination's connected, so damage over time on these rifles, but it's not that bad because we have Priest. This will result in low mana, most likely. Defense upgrades coming now as well. 2-0 on the rifles already. We're getting to the important levels. Next red spot, but HawK knows it. He had a peasant here, that means he has time for the turtle, which is usually a very, very risky creep spot. This can be stuck here and not get out or forced into a TP, but with this knowledge, he can easily go for it. Level 4.
Level 3 Paladin?
He creeps it solo, right?
It should be pretty close. Oh, that's such a big one.
Yeah. I think it's easy.
One. Yeah, must be.
Yeah,
must
easy
be.
level 3.
Only thing HawK's missing is invuls. Those are very, very, very valuable. Pendant of Energy for the Pally is also outstanding.
Yes. In game 1, he had the Subby Mask. In game 2, he has already 12 intelligence on the MK, and now this pendant on the Paladin. So a lot of mana. Archmage living dangerously, though not getting caught in nighttime. Is it time to fight already? 10 supply lead for the undead. Not sure if that's the right call. Super confidence in his heroes.
Oh, AM taking quite a bit of damage, but here the level 2 Horde, you can see how much of a difference it's making. Wand of the Wind, there we go, coming in now. I was waiting for it. so good to disable the DK. He has 2 more charges of this. Could be easy kills on those fiends. And look at the damage. Now it has arrived. We don't even have inner fire here yet. And still it's hurting quite a bit onto Lucifer's side. Big Nova, though, returning the fire onto the rifles, taking heaps of damage now themselves. Dying pretty quickly, being turned into skeletons. We have the spell coming in as well. Who's going to lose more army first? Both players taking quite the beating here. But more supplies still remaining for the undead. DK now in trouble as well.
We do have one more charge. Oh, Archmage! Mega nuke! But what a reaction by HawK to save his hero. Can he go for the counter kill? He has to TP out soon, otherwise the Archmage dies. Double TP out! Whoa. What a fight! HawK forgetting a couple of casters, but also the statue. This is a kill in the end. Gotta run soon, otherwise the army will catch up. 66, actually saves him. 66 supply for Lucifer, 41 only for HawK remaining.
Yeah, I think HawK is a little too impatient. Why is he always committing into these weird positions? Like, these A-bombs should be easy kills for him. Stormbolt, Focus, and Cyclone the DK. That's the first kill. Stormbolt, Focus, Cyclone the DK again. That's the second kill. Normally HawK is so good at controlling this army, but it feels like he's just overly ambitious. Why is he always trying to go for these hero kills?
Yeah, it felt like these were Hail Mary plays when he felt a little desperate and then switched to focus to the heroes. Now Lucifer is in control. Expo on the way. Scout here. Scout here. He sees, okay, I don't have to worry about anything. There's no sneaky expansion in the back. And HawK again going for the fight, going for the hero kill. And this time it works with the long range. Holy Light had to dive deep for this. Damage is focusing on this Paladin. Forced him to divine ship, but the DK has an invo. Last second. Mountain King now. In counter focus, Nova. Movement is very slow. Holy Light is saving grace again, and he's just chasing this DK. And he gets him. The hero focus works out. It's only the Lich remaining. But guess what? There's some hammers. There's a lot of hammers. And no Tavern Revive.
The hero kill actually does it for him. Unbelievable. Lucifer, twice with a ginormous lead in this game. Is he giving them both away? Because of hero kills.
Ouch. That hurts. And now he wants the altar.
Oh, the Lich! Uh-oh.
Oh. There's the Holy Light. Divine Shield. He's just diving for this Lich. Far away from the shop. Needs to go for it at some point. Tries to counter nuke, but without a coil. That's just not happening.
So many kills for HawK. If he gets the Lich, this should be the game. Right click's coming in, and the Lich is gonna die! What was that? A 25 supply lead by Lucifer, but he doesn't close it out. The late game, tier 3, triple hero inner fire rifles, once again, showing how strong it can be.
Ouch! That really stinks. Losing this game with the 25 supply lead. Ouch. One base. This wasn't expansion, this wasn't tanks, this was feeling too comfortable, not taking care of the heroes, going for the expansion, not for invuls or something.
Yep.
Exposing his heroes there as well. Ooh, that hurt. This might be really demotivating now.
And I think this is also something we saw at WGL. No Banshee transition. When Happy plays against this style, we saw it against HawK multiple times. When it does go to the late game and the human doesn't die before, normally anti-magic transition is required because we saw there how strong Stormbolt can be. And even a couple of curses can be nice against the rifles. But yeah, no Banshees at all. Heavy A-bombs instead, which on paper is okay for the Disease Cloud, but they die super fast to the orb, and they don't really do that much damage outside of Disease Cloud. But Lucifer shows time and time again he's a big fan of abominations, apparently. But yeah, that game, man, that really hurts. He had a gigantic lead twice and gives them both away.
Yeah.
Man.
So the first final of a Clover Cup was a 3-1. Will this become a tradition? That would mean we would break with like one established tradition for one cup. That was a Korean win. The West strikes back. Europe strikes back. And China, nowhere to be seen. No Chinese players in these finals so far. And yeah, for HawK, it would be really great. It's like $350 on top of his WGL prize money. He has such a great year with WGL, WCG, and quite some cup wins. Hope to see him on Sunday when we have the Rising Star Cup, as he refused to play Rust Brain Cup. That could be the final of HawK versus Happy, which was so much fun at W League. But alright, let's close this before. This is map number 3. This is HawK with 3 match points in a row, starting on Northern Isles.
All right, HawK in the top right, back to the teal, and Lucifer now with quite the difficult task at his hand. Bottom left in the red is once again opening with the Ted Fiend build. That is the build from game 2, not from game 1 where we saw the ghouls, and I think for good reason. Question is, what's the human gonna do? Normally, humans dictate where the game goes, and then the undead has to respond. This most namely means either fast expansion play or tier 3 play. And what's better on this map? I think AZ is definitely better for fast expansion. Was good to go for that there. LR, you can make an argument for both. Can be good for expansion, or is rather good for expansion, but it can also be really good for the tier 3 play. It's all about the creeps, all about the hero levels. So let's think about this. If HawK goes to tier 2 quickly, if he gets the MK quickly, can he creep up well? He might be able to. If he reserves the Tuskar camp for the MK and then follows up with a lab right after, that could be pretty nice for him. AM in the meantime in the early game goes for the green camps. Could even go for a gold mine creep first. Fall back. But that's normally not... No, never mind. Never mind. That's not a good idea. Because, of course, DK instant harass is always a possibility. I was thinking about the matchup versus Night Elf here, where we see this quite a lot, but no. It's going to be AM starting off with the green camps first. And, well, Neo, you have to make up for your disastrous call on map 2.
Disastrous, huh?
So what do you think HawK's going to play this time?
I think we will see a one-base play with an early Mountain King to try to get control of the middle. For good experience.
Okay. I think it's going to be expansion. Calls 5 militia for the creep. That is rather heavy. Wants to get it done quick. DK as well, creeping up the same green cam on the other side of the map. This means... Oh, gets one of the skeletons purged. That's not the way it's supposed to be. This slows down this creep cam even more, which can already be taking quite a bit of time. If HawK was to call the militia quickly again and go for the natural creep, perhaps Lucifer might not be in time to respond to that. But let's see. Tech or not? Looks like you're right. Looks like there's going to be a tech, actually.
Just waiting for it. I mean, it would
you
be...
know,
Yay!
Even blind chickens find a coin every now and then.
It's just shows that we both know a lot about Warcraft. It's 50-50, you know. Or I was just lucky here. Again, Lucifer with a Sacrificial Skull uses that a lot to get some regen in. No one else is of the opinion that that's worth it. But alright.
Yeah, he would have popped it down at the expansion if it came to harass.
Yeah.
That is not the case. No arcane in the main yet. Okay, here it comes now. If you go for an arcane that always early, that slows down your tech quite a bit. But now coming in late might still be in time. There were 6 peasants in the gold mine for a second, but I think that was fixed. And both heroes on level 2 here in a moment. And if the AM can just creep from green to green to get level 3, I think this is once again going to be a satisfactory early game, much like it was on LR for HawK.
I agree. DK comes in, but can't get the coil, gets level 2 nonetheless by creeping on the other side. Both are stealing a little here. And HawK, again low on footmen, right? Again the 3 footmen play. Despite us saying that many footmen must be produced, HawK says no, and so far he's very right with that.
Yeah, I mean, especially like if you're playing expansion, then you need mass footies with defend. But here it can be really beneficial to skip on footies, go to rifles more quickly. And of course, by skipping the footies, you save gold. And the tier 3 quickly can be a big beneficial thing to have, especially for the pally, but also for the MK with a faster tier 2, I guess. Question is, this lack of footmen, can that really be punished? It doesn't really feel like it can.
No,
like,
what do you want to do?
It's always going to be a Tet Fiend build by the Undead. Not designed to be aggressive early on at all. It's designed to have a quick tier 3 transition. So I think this 3-footy transition play from HawK actually makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. So cool how people constantly come up with new builds and new timings. Even though it's just a small change, it matters so much in Pro Warcraft. And what matters much to us is the rise of our sub count. Thank you, Duro, for 22 months in total. Almost 2 years, man. Hang in there. And Mr. HawK, thank you for a 4-month resub. Woofies, woofies, woofies.
Thank you guys very much. When I was shouting out the woofies in Lynn's games at WGL on the final day, I wanted to look over to chat and wanted to see the woofies. But we didn't have chat visible there to us, unfortunately.
Dude, the DK inventory is super freaking crazy for the Lich and
Looking
him.
pretty good.
Looking really good. +9 intelligence, baby. I mean, +9 damage.
A player's forces
That
are
feels
under
nice
attack.
indeed.
This time
MK
it's
gonna be
closer with the levels for sure. Like, no big delays at all.
HawK's tier 3 is also a little bit later this time around. I wonder if it was the one peasant stuck in the gold mine. It might be. Oh, HawK, that's an ambitious creep.
Again,
That's-
it's Northern Isles. Again, it's Marketplace.
Dude, HawK. Almost everyone would be solo creeping the MK at the natural right now. But HawK's like, nope, I want the big boy.
Okay.
It's the first Coil Nova. He can't survive a second one. But he has an invul to protect him from the second one, perhaps.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, I think... Like, this is exactly what the Undead wants. Just standing in the middle, threatening hero kills, and no creeping is happening. Oh, nice bait, though, with the illusion. That was smart.
There was also a super quick burrow. But they are wasting Coil Nova on an illusion. That hurts. 200
That
mana
was-
just gone, and that's a lot of there's no statues.
And that's a feel-good play. Like, you're sending the illusion, you're trying to bait your opponent. Yeah, it works.
Yeah, I can like totally see his face like in front of my inner eye.
That was a bit of a giggle, definitely.
Whip of the Magi again. Who's
Oh,
gonna
on the
take
ground!
it? Oh, Book of the Dead! This is a surround, ladies and gentlemen. The Mountain King, can he save him somehow? Wants to transfer something, but it's not possible at all. Lucifer with a big kill.
HawK has to fall back. MK being revived, he will be back very soon. At least only the MK died, and I think it was one footman, but no rifles, no priests. But yeah, HawK, why? Like, why didn't he just do what he did in the second game, which was so smart? MK creeping up the natural and the AM in the middle harassing. If there's only a single Archmage in the middle, probably Lucifer doesn't commit to these two camps, and if he does, MK could be showing up in time with level 2 to harass. This was very, very questionable tier 2 movement. On tier 1, everything was looking good by HawK, but then on tier 2, the game once again slips out of his fingers.
Player's forces are
We'll
under
see.
attack.
We've seen quite some turnarounds in this series already, so don't count out HawK just yet. And he pretty much played what I said in the beginning, right? Like, one base, Mountain King trying to control the middle. What do we learn from that? Never listen to Neo when it comes to professional Warcraft advice.
I think it's just the wrong thing to go for. Like, if you're trading experience, that's fine. You don't have to prevent undead creeping. You have to get creeping done yourself. But that's at least what's happening now for the MK. He's gonna get level 2 here. Item he found was the Talisman, which is actually pretty nice. Him and the Pally are gonna be the only 2 tanks in the front line. He's got that, plus the Invul. Looking pretty okay. But now it's hard to creep for HawK. Where does he go next? Red Camp is the only camp that's really available to him. I guess the spiders in the south would be something as well. Or spider scorpions, but that's really far away. So yeah, Red Camp it is. Can he even creep this? He certainly needs the AM's help. But yeah, seems to be working out. Pally coming in.
A player's forces are under attack.
But guess what? Acolyte number 6 comes out early, so it's going to be 50 supply expansion from Lucifer.
Only a claw plus 12 here, no game-changing item at all. Wind of Mana stealing here can be nice against MK and Paladin. Level 3 for the Lich. Dark Ranger has arrived there as well. Red spot for the Undead, but that's the big additions here. Staff, Orb, and good experience, of course. Close to level 4.
A player's forces
I would
are
like to see
under
HawK
attack.
solo creep this one. Oh, he's taking the tiny one with the Archmage and then takes the rest of the camp with the Pally solo.
Yeah.
That should be level 2. That's really nice creeping over here.
On the other side, Endurance Aura, nice to have. And as you called it, the expansion, not in the normal position, where the Blight is already, where it's closer to your base, where it's expected, but in the north.
That is so unusual to see. Oh, is it going to be scouted? The last illusion, I think it is, from the AM. He found 2 full stacks.
Yep. Wow, that's so fast. For this position, the scouting is pretty much perfect. Question is, does he have the fighting power already? That fight is so good for Lucifer, just to distract.
First Fiend gonna die. Not even a coil invested here. Lining up for the double silence are the human heroes, but no silence coming in. Did it get dispelled, perhaps? Maybe it did. I didn't see it. Staff coming in, and look how HawK is owning this fight.
Pretty
He
crazy,
kills
man.
2 Fiends and an A-bomb, traded for only a single rifle so far. Level 3 MK, making all the difference. All the difference.
The Stormbolt arrives in time to get that kill. Militia is coming too. The Chinese seem to be... It seemed to be something to talk about. But alright, what now, Lucifer? Can you get a hero kill at some point? He's just losing more and more. 37 supply. Yes, the Expo. But
I think this time HawK did much better. He was focusing on the Fiends first. Now he's going for the DK. Now he's exposed and in a bit of trouble as well. But he does get away.
nice silence too. Right in time. But he stops the movement. Going for the Dark Ranger now, but there's plenty of coil. That should not be a kill at all. But yeah, everything that's nukeable at units is dead. That shows you how great HawK was in that fight. In the meantime, starting his own expansion, so there's not even the need to kill this right away. It would be great, of course, but...
Yeah, that was a super strange start to the fight there by Lucifer. HawK this time, he was the one to out-micro. Microing this army much better than in the first big fight on LR, in my opinion.
A player's forces are under attack.
Force here is rather small, though, to be fair. Staff, once again, finding great value. The Dark Ranger still in trouble. Or has the invul. Heal scroll first, invul after. But Lucifer's army isn't very big here either.
Mana's quite low as well. Just 46 supply. Hammer to the head again. And the difference that this Orb of Fire makes late game always is so big. Oh, silence on the Paladin. Triggers the invul potion. Coil arrives, but the Lich is exposed now! There's no coil! But another invul. Ooh, saving his life for 7 seconds. And now there's the coil, but it's the last one. Lucifer has to retreat. HawK doesn't have to follow. You don't want to fight into that undead base. You want to fight here. The Water Elemental took out 1 Acolyte already. Rest of the army follows. No mining. He won't get back his invested gold for sure.
At this point, even if HawK is forced to TP out, this has been a tremendous trade for him. And he's got the better scaling late game army. Inner fire rifles, super strong once you get there. And not easy to counter at all. However,
Nice.
rifle number is still pretty low, but another one gets saved there. The staffs don't even have to be used on the heroes because they're never in trouble. Now there's inner fire on everything.
These abominations don't do anything. They...
Right? Didn't I tell you?
Yeah, I think one is good to just spread the cloud to force healing, so there's not unlimited inner fire, and maybe force a scroll or something. But as soon as the Orb of Fire is there, Mass Abominations makes no sense at all.
Exactly.
Rather go for Banshees to prevent these nukes, who changed game 2.
Banshees and Fiends with upgrades, going for the caster backline. That's how Happy plays it, and it looks much better than what Lucifer is attempting here. He's trying to go towards the Expo once again. He has to kill this base. He can't fight 2 base versus 1 here, obviously. We see some nice burrow plays here, you have to say. But yeah, look at the Disease Cloud. Okay, what is that 2 damage per second really doing when there's priests everywhere? Tally now level 3. That is a monumental level up. That is probably going to be the nail in the coffin in this game. DK's out of mana. No more healing in this fight. Destroyers fall. Fiends fall. If the Lich dies, it's certainly over. A couple of rifles in trouble, but the Holy Light seems to be always there when it's needed. We still have a staff as well. There is the staff. MK looking for the next hero kill. The Dark Ranger will fall. He's level 4. GG and 304 HawK.
Damn. That was one good day for him. Free pass in the semifinal because Romantic didn't show up, and then boom, super entertaining series against Lucifer, and all 3 games went to the Russian, who is the second winner of Clover Cup, and therefore $350 richer.
Yeah,
and
that's a nice little prize purse right there.
It's always impressive when Europeans win Chinese cups and Chinese competition with this ping. That's really good.
Yeah, becoming
Congrats.
more and more of a force to be reckoned with.
Yes.
Happy made it to second place again, back-to-back grand finals at WGL. HawK made it to the top 8 the first time. Shows that he's still a force here online as well. And yeah, with his strong strategy. The first map, that was the surprise, the fast expansion play, but he showed that that is absolutely something he can pull off as well. And then with his strong tier 3 rifles, which we've seen so many times before, be victorious. And I don't know how many more times I have to shout this out until undeads understand. You cannot let MK creep level 3. You cannot do it. And if you think, well, if I can get my expansion up in the meantime, maybe it's a good idea. No! It's not a good idea. It's a shit idea. Don't let him creep to level 3. That's it. That's what you have to do. Please, guys, WFZ, Lucifer, listen. Maybe next time.
I told you should become the coach for these tier 2 undeads.
I think I should.
Offers go to Neo at backtowarcraft.com. I am the official talent agent for this beautiful, handsome guy. You can book him as well for, what's it called? Like fashion shows. If you need to advertise something, you can book him for anything. Doesn't matter. So all the offers to Neo at backtowarcraft.com. With that being said, that was a fun day here at Clover Cup. But tomorrow we have the first edition of the Rising Star Cup, brought to you by yours truly, Back to Warcraft, and AMD. We have 4 weekly cups in December. Tomorrow is the first one, starting 5 p.m. CET. And in case you haven't seen that yet, you can go there, risingstar.backtowarcraft.com. You end up on challenge, and we want a big grid. So it doesn't matter if you are 90% on Battle.net or if you're 20% on Battle.net. We do not care. Let's just have a big cup with a lot of players and show the world that there's quite some players for Warcraft. Most of you will have the day off. It's 5 p.m. There's no other competition, I think, where you can participate. So that's your entertainment for the Saturday evening. You end up here on the challenge grid. All you have to do is click on Rising Star Cup number 1, sign in, click on participate, and that's it. And then, of course, you have to check in and join Clan B2W on Battle.net. But it's super easy, $150 on the line. Maybe, Remo, maybe I feel like a little giveaway for tomorrow.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. What do you, like, do you think people would be interested in official apparel from the clan of the Vice World Champion, of the Dominator of Europe?
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
Don't
that
you think?
Sounds so cool, especially when I know how awesome these t-shirts look.
And what I know is that these hoodies are super mega comfy. So yeah, maybe we have some t-shirts and a zipper or a hoodie from Lucky Future tomorrow for you. So sign up, tune in, Let's have fun with the Rising Star Cup #1. Yeah, and then it continues all the Saturdays in December. That's it for the day with the Clover Cup.